Hello, everyone, guys. So I welcome you all to our today's webinar series, and today's webinar is on from promise to practice. Realizing generative AI's impact in the current CCaaS landscape. So we've all been seeing a lot of buzz around generative AI and what its impact is around on the different landscapes, right? From communications, customer experience, and other CX technologies. But today we are going to focus on how we are talking from moving from hype to reality, or from promise to practicing generative AI into the current landscape of CCaaS. And I am Amandeep Singh, principal analyst at Quadrant Knowledge Solutions, leading communication and collaboration domain. And today with me I have Shruti Jadhav, vice president and principal analyst, leading CX domain into our organization. And yeah, over to you, Shruti.
Thanks, Amandeep, for the lovely introduction. And so let's begin. And what Amandeep just mentioned, we just want to talk more about how Gen AI is impacting the CCaaS landscape in a more detailed way. And we had to take this topic because a lot of hype around Gen AI, and we wanted to share a perspective on how it is working in the CX space. And now, if we particularly talk about the CCaaS market, definitely we all know about the wide adoption of Gen AI in the CCaaS market is currently driven by Gen AI's ability to personalize the proactive outreach and interactions at scale due to its dynamic content generation capabilities, its ability to empower chatbots to understand the context of a conversation and respond. As well as analyze user sentiment and then adjust the communication style accordingly. And I think let's dive deep into how it's happening in the CCaaS space, literally. So let's move on to the next slide and see. Obviously, we in this slide we are focusing on how the CCaaS market has evolved. Okay, so in this slide we'll talk about the evolution of CCaaS platform, how the approach has shifted from customer service to achieving customer experience excellence. So also we'll focus on how the modern contact centers are achieving that through CX excellence, and moving on to the evolution of conversational AI towards next gen AI powered assistance. Also we'll talk about CCaaS platforms comprehensiveness of AI, the real world applications of Gen AI through some examples, and we'll conclude this with a future proofing of a CCaaS strategy. So let's move on to the next slide, and here we'll see in detail, how the focus has changed from customer service excellence to. Okay, so on this slide, I'm explaining on how CCaaS vendors have changed their focus from customer service to experience excellence, and content sectors are moving away from just simply reacting to customer inquiries, and they're trying to build stronger and more positive customer relationships, and also improving the brand loyalty. And in the current competitive business landscape, I think proactive outreach is definitely considered as a critical strategy for driving efficiency and fostering customer satisfaction and retention. And we see that today's CCaaS solutions are able to manage customer interactions seamlessly across contact centers with unmatched scalability and reliability. So as you see, the shift is there from customer service to customer service excellence. And I think in between also we saw a lot of customer engagement solutions coming in and driving that shift. So together now, if we visualize this market, we see that a lot of CCaaS solutions are empowering vendors to change the CX transformation, and also focus on the entire customer journey, end-to-end customer journey. Yeah, so on this slide, I'll particularly talk about the evolution of the CCaaS platform and how CCaaS vendors, are realizing the vision of achieving CX excellence. And here in this infographics, you can see, we are showing the shift of the contact centers, and how CCaaS platforms are supporting this vision of achieving customer experience excellence. And initially, we all know, the focus was on just the customer service, and then it eventually evolved to customer engagement, where we also saw a lot of customer engagement tools supporting various journeys, and engaging with the customers. But now it's more towards managing the entire customer journey, and therefore this shift called CX excellence. And now, as we see, AI is supporting the modern contact centers in a big way, and helping CCaaS vendors achieve the vision of CX excellence. And the in obviously, in the current competitive business landscape, as we know, proactive outreach is definitely considered as a critical strategy. I think modern CCaaS solutions are driving that in a big way, and AI is definitely helping CCaaS vendors to drive this shift, and where it is empowering businesses to keep customers informed and engage with them through targeted messages, announcements, reminders, and all of the updates, and also build a very proactive and a personalized approach. So this is what we wanted to cover. We wanted to talk about the shift. Now let's go on to the next slide. And here we've just tried to summarize this through a quote, where we definitely see CCaaS vendors are they have a clear focus of just not providing the core customer service capabilities, but providing a more comprehensive approach in terms of achieving customer experience excellence. And we see that these modern CCaaS vendors are definitely there to support brands with analyzing and personalizing end-to-end customer journeys, and deliver a greater CX impact. Let's move on to the next slide. Yes. So now, like I just mentioned, like how this change is happening, and contact centers are, transforming their vision towards achieving CX excellence. And I think initially, like we see, during all the stages of like right from the awareness stage to the customer loyalty stage, I think CCaaS vendors had a more reactive kind of approach. It was only during complaints or issues or inquiries, the agents would contact the customers, and this was very reactive in nature, and obviously in terms of long term engagement it didn't work well. And there was, and obviously like we know, customer demands are also changing, and with that we saw that this approach is not really helping brands build a very strong relationship with the customers. So that's one reason. And also the other reason was the siloed communication channels. And obviously post pandemic we have seen so many channels evolve, and obviously demand for the online support and so on. So I think it was not possible to drive this change in back then, when CCaaS was just focusing on the service part. But yes, definitely that this to drive this shift, we see modern contact centers are supporting customers through the entire customer journey, right from the awareness stage to the customer loyalty stage. And like I just mentioned, the entire shift is happening because of AI, and also which I will be talking about in the next slides. We also, when we talk about achieving CX excellence, it is just not about AI only, but also how the other CX tools are empowering or driving this shift with an integrated or an unified approach. So now these modern contact centers are definitely taking a proactive engagement factor into consideration, and that's happening through techniques like behavioral analysis, churn prediction, predictive issue resolution. Also they are helping the agents with the next best action recommendations, and also providing that to the customers on their user interface. So I think that is happening through the modern CCaaS and vendors. And also with that omni channel support, like now with so many channels added, I think also live chat, social media, messaging apps, self service portals. I think through that also the CCaaS vendors are able to establish a very personalized and seamless communication with the vendors, irrespective of any channels they use. And lastly, CRM and customer engagement. I think, like we know, it's very important for any agent or any contact center or a brand to deliver a personalized experience only if they have a comprehensive customer information or data. It could be their behavior, their demographics, or anything of that for that matter. But definitely, CRM is playing a very great role in personalizing journeys, end-to-end buyer journeys. So so in this slide, I just want to focus on how this shift is happening in every stage, or you can see reflecting in every stage of the customer journey, right from awareness to the customer loyalty. And AI is certainly driving this uh, vision. Okay. Right. So now talking about the conversion scheme, right, and the way forward for CCaaS. So the CCaaS landscape, as we know, with customer experiences definitely becoming a central focus, and we see that vendors are moving beyond mere communication channels and prioritizing end-to-end customer-centric solutions. And these are enabled by AI analytics and so on, so to deliver a very personalized experience. And the CX first approach. So when I talk about CX vision, like we have stressed on this in the previous slide as well, the first vision, where we want to focus on the customer's end-to-end journey. I think all these three things, that's communication excellence, personalized CX excellence, and collaboration excellence, is helping vendors achieve the CX first vision. So we see the focus of on customer experience is enabled by AI and other CX tools, and this transformation in focus is eventually helping brands achieve their CX first vision. And this is it. And I think from here, I think Amandeep would be able to give more insights to us on the AI part of it, and how it's helping CCaaS drive this change.
Thank you, Shruti. I think we have a question here. I think it's a question for you. So the the question is that in the recent CCAS stack, how do other technologies, CX technologies, play a crucial role, and how they are playing an important role in achieving today's CS?
Okay. Thanks for the question. And yes, so definitely, there is this integrated approach, which is helping, like I just mentioned. It's just not about AI, but it is, it is a unified approach that brands need to take, to achieve CX excellence. So CCaaS, when integrated with various CX tools, it could be CRM, CDP, or even CJO, that's customer journey orchestration. It's helping businesses to power a very proactive strategy, engagement strategy, and it's helping them personalize customer journey at every touch point. So I think this integrated approach signifies a paradigm shift in customer service, and it's unlocking a new era of customer experience, where proactive engagement leads to positive customer memories and increased retention. And I think all modern CCaaS solutions, are designed to facilitate customer interactions across touch points and interaction channels, like I mentioned, across the entire journey. But CX tools, are driving this shift, and I think brands need to also think about achieving this through a very integrated approach, where all these technologies are well integrated, tightly integrated, so that this can help them personalize the customer journey at every stage. So, and all of these CX tools also, they have their own set of unique capabilities. So I think it's just not only through the core CCaaS capabilities this can be achieved, but an integrated approach of having this CX stack together will definitely help vendors drive that change.
Yeah. So thank you, Shruti. I think that was great insights upon how CCaaS as an entire landscape has evolved from its customer service focus towards more CX, where AI is helping, right? So Shruti has just mentioned about the earlier the focus was on just mere customer service, where everything was in a prudent way. The call were routed with agents. Agents have to answer. The people have to wait in queues, and everything was in a processed way. But eventually, when things got evolved, into the landscape towards a vision of CX first vision, as just Shruti mentioned, AI started to play a role in accelerating the vision, to accelerating the process to achieve this vision, right? One of the major factors that actually helped this in terms of achieve this vision is digital agents, having a conversational AI solution at place that can help you drive more faster resolution, something like that, right? So basically, from my point of view, there's an entire evolution of conversational AI solution towards interactive customer communications, right? If you see how the AI plays a role, it starts with there's a whole aspect of AI that plays an important role into the CCAS landscape. Today I'm going to talk about the most important one of it is conversational AI. And if you see the evolution that it's started from the scripted chatbots, where everything was very much aligned towards the like the proven answers that were already expected, like you used to chat, hey, where's my order, and you cannot chat with it. There used to come two options: order out for delivery, in process, or cancel order. So they were just very scripted. There was no conversational. So very limited amount of use cases were handled by such chatbots. But eventually with time, due to introduction of incentive chatbots, more programmable chatbots, we started to train our chatbots with NLP, the entire system of natural language processing, which intent in extraction, entity extraction was there, where a person can come and ask, hey, I want to go to the bank, and the chatbot was able to understand that the person is trying to go to the bank, that is a real bank, not the river bank. So such intents were trained, and the machine learning algorithms were more enhanced. Also, we had ASR, automatic speech recognition tools in process, so that voice capabilities were also added. But the disruption, or the people that are talking about the disruption, is thinking about now generative AI is here, and now guys, now we're going to have a chatbot that is going to play a very different role. I'm just going to sit and answer, hey, I want this, and everything was just come into my plate. It's not going to happen like that, right? Because that's not the reality, right? You need to, there's a technology already in place. Things are evolving in that. So when we talk about from from hype to reality, of we just we talk about now, it's what actually in practice is. Generative AI is going to help the current technology to gain more out of it. What we all have this hype now we're going to do. So what happens is, in the current landscape, next gen AI powered assistants, there'll be more, because generative AI is trained on LLM model, that is large language models. They're trained on huge amount of foundational data. Now, if the training data set is much more wider, it has the ability to handle human variants. Now, the sarcasm tones, the human dialects, now such type of human variants can be handled with the help of such huge trained data set, right? I think humans are the most variant creature that anyone can come across, because from 1 second we are like, I want this, and another second, no, I meant that, but I want this, right? So such variance is not be was able to handle by the basic chatbots, the AI enabled chatbots. But with the huge data set of foundation models that is coming back from generative AI and LLM, and we say transform models, are able to handle such type of human variants. Still, there's a lot of scope to improve, but they have improved the ability to handle the human variants. Similarly, dialogue management and contextual understanding and personalization are again two critical factors that are empowering generative AI enabled chatbots. Now, what these are trying to prove here are we, for example, you're just talking with a digital agent, and you're talking about, hey, I want to order jewelry, and the jewelry should consist this, and should my skin reacts to iron, so there should be such processes, and different types of you have customization availability. And certainly you talk, but the jewelry should be in terms of platinum, or it should be in rose gold. The in the entire conversation, suddenly you reverse back to, but the starting of the jewelry should be in the into the platinum gold, or it should be in the rose gold. So the context, the chatbot is able to understand, yeah, he's particularly or she's particularly talking about this type of jewelry, what she was talking about. Earlier it was based on RNN models, and long very short term memory was there, so the contextual understanding was very low. So it used to go by word. It was on, if we just go years back, it was into the sentence form. But when we talk about transformer models, the contextual understanding and personalization is much more wider. The ability there is, in terms of, highlighting critical words and then summing up that what the human wants. And so he is able to understand what's the context that he was talking about. All this is important, but more important is that because now the chatbot has ability to deal with humans, or understand our dialogues more naturally way, the most important part plays is explainable AI and responsible AI. What if you asked about something and he is biased, and he's biased about your choice? So most of the times, to clear this biasness, we move towards explainable AI. Hey, because I think, because so we get the responses, because I thought that you might like such type of toppings, that's why I referred to this type of dish. So he is trying to give an explanation to his answer. That is nothing but explainable AI. So we have seen chatbots working upon being responsible, being explainable, being more transparent, so that the accuracy of the answers that we're getting is much more personalized, and we are much more satisfied. Yes, it's in the right direction, or yeah, this is the answer that was I was expecting. So that's the entire evolution that has been into the conversational AI. Moving forward, we I would like to talk about three business function convergence and collaboration that is fostering business convergence, right? So first is self service. If you see that majority of the trend, if you see in the CCaaS landscape, is in the terms of co-pilots. Now the co-pilots are into co-pilots. I've seen autopilots. They're in these two formats, right? So the co-pilots are the ones who are actually working with augmentation and with humans. And there are again some types of co-pilots, also named as autopilots, that are completely digital. So when we talk about self-service, we will have a digital bot in place now with all voice enabled capabilities as well, which is actually solving a lot of tedious and mundane tasks that human agents used to do. And that's why it is playing an important role, because it was done earlier also. But what's generative AI playing into this? So what has happened, because the time to train such models and the data set that was available to train such models is now so easy to train and get the what desired results for for particular industry that we want. So for example, you have a healthcare data set, and you can easily train huge amount of data sets and get this on in deployments within weeks. So that's what generative AI, it's accelerating the process. That's why the accelerating is more towards CX. Then you have improved customer experiences, because the chatbots are able to understand your human variants, human dialects, so they're able to give personalized answers. Streamlined communication operations. Before, there were agents have to pause it, hey, I should get you back, I should I'm not understanding what you want. But now everything is just in single plane. They get to know the emotions, they get to know what is there. They can pull the documents not, through knowledge management of generative AI. They can easily pull off documents, give them the links, give them what is needed, and in real time. So those communication operations are also streamlined because of this, because everything is at one plane. Moving forward, I also have to talk about the comprehensiveness of AI, how employee and customer collaboration is leading towards more greater employee performance. So we see generative AI powered by deep learning models, and have actually have been a transformative technology in contact centers. So the first thing is that automated responses. So actually it can generate generative like human like responses, and only speeds up the responses time, but not it's not only speeds up the response time, but also ensures that the customer receive an accurate and consistent information. Now this only happens when your data sets are not powered by ChatGPT, of course. So you need to know that what type of data set you need to train. You need to fine tune it. You need to go domain level, right? For example, healthcare. You cannot, you cannot train your data set for healthcare with the relevant information from tourist industries or tourist use cases. You need to fine tune the models for automated responses. And when you have done that, the fine tuning is done, then only it's able to deploy as a virtual agent or an autopilot, right? The second thing is personalized actions, because it has been trained on so much of consumer data, the communication style. It understands, okay, for example, I'm talking in a very, in a very fast manner. I'm my processes, my I just change my process very fast. I like this, I like that. And some people, no, I think I may like this, I may like that. Or no, I'm confused. So it understand that this person is confused. So I need to show him a lot of options. And this person, he makes quick decisions. So I need to pull him through the funnel. So such communication style, customer data, who takes this is being, understood by the bots, and they're taken and given that personalized interaction. Moving forward, more understanding of customer nuances. I just gave you a hint at how it understands more different types of customer nuances, of some wanting this but actually meant that. So it's been processing to understand that, with the lot of foundational data has been trained off. And contextual conversation, so it knows that from deep level of conversation, even if you pick out some other question, he knows that you're referring to some other question. So that level of contextual, it gives you satisfaction. Yeah, so I don't need to over explain to the bot. Even like basic things, he might get it. So when this comes to you, it becomes very easy for you to talk to a bot, and rather to you just go and keep on explaining, no, he's misunderstanding me. I wanted this, but he's giving me a refund. I wanted a reprocess. So he understands that fast. So that means that gives you more suitable thing. So visualizing the maturity of generative AI. Now we know that the generative AI is here and it's going to stay. It's going to accelerate at an exponential level. But we need to visualize the maturity, how it's going to take place. So we're going to have four main things. We'll have enhanced accuracy. So because generative AI models are trained on more and more data, more because they have been trained on past of customer service data, more digital channels, as Shruti just mentioned, the entire funnel has shifted from customer loyalty towards a proactive engagement. So now data is being generated from awareness phase, consideration phase, decision phase, loyalty phase. So such more data points are coming into picture. That means our generative AI models, we're going to be trained more on customer data. So the more the trained data, more accuracy of data, you will have enhanced accuracy. Now because the responses are generated because of the RAG model, it actually learns from the reinforcement training that is being provided to Gen AI models. So it's learning from its responses that is giving. So with time, the personalization, contextual personalization will be more in, towards customer segmenting. Like for example, there is a segment of adults from 21 to 23 of prioritizing sports. There'll be very contextual personalization, types of messages generated from them. Then there is advanced intelligence. Now advanced intelligence plays to, there is intelligence actually generated at each stage. When we talk about in the entire CX journey funnel, somebody asked question about how other CX technologies are going to play a role. And Shruti rightly pointed out, it's not only technologies, but how it is placed together for the maximum output or maximum value creation. So you'll see at every stage there is going to generate some intelligence. But with generative AI, will create high quality of data and customer interactions data, from agents talking to their customers. Such conversational intelligence will be fed and to take more business and centric decision, that what decisions should be taken forward. And at last not least, I think you'll see a lot of I in the recently Europe, we saw an entire framework was outlet from the European region, that ethical and responsible use of AI. And again, we're going to have much more ethical and responsible AI practices. Still, this is evolving. So you'll see benchmarking of such ethical and responsible AI practices going on, and people will implement this. And because we'll have a very governance model, AI governance model at a very basic, at the base of the architecture, which will power every AI interaction, so we can trust the process. Now the things people are talking, that no, I asked him this question, but it hallucinated, it gave me the wrong data. With the time, as data get more fine tuned, it gets more domain specific, you will see the accuracy improves because of the AI governance architecture that is going to be improving forward. And lastly, the next generation of generative AI. So after seeing a maturity, what is gonna come next? What is gonna excite you? Again, there will be a different type of hype created. Hey, now there's a different type of hype. So you'll see, in CCaaS also you'll see, different chatbots or generative AI co-pilots will be having multimodal capabilities, right? So not only you can just chat with them or with voice and text, but you can send them your videos, you can send them a lot of, you can interact with them with the videos. Hey, I have this problem, you can start video calling with the agents, you can, the AI will be integrated into the volume, and it can easily detect your emotions. So there will be more versatilization of communication. The interaction effectiveness will be more through your your, when once your video is exposed, your facial expressions get involved. More easy of detection of sentiments and efficient problem solving. Because you see that the situations is causing, and I've seen this question because it popped out. I got this into my mind that so Amandeep, according to you, do you think there is going to be any major shift from human to digital agents? So I'm sorry to take this question in between, because I'm going to say something very on the lines of this answer to this. So no one can replace humans, right? We are the ones that can never be replaced. That doesn't mean that technologies won't get evolved. You will see, at the start of every technology evolution, you will see, human skill disruptions. So the basic skill human was having to route the call, to push the call towards the right agent, or to give basic information. Now those skills are getting disrupted. The humans, those who were highly skilled for solving complex problems, are now more valuable, right? So it's never it's never the humans who get disrupted. It's the task that were performed by human was so easy that can get disrupted, right? So I don't think that the shift is there definitely from human to digital agents, but human in the loop is going to be there. So the efficient problem solving, the last point, it completely relates to here. Now, because we have co-pilots, and who is actually augmenting with agents, and there are so many of use cases there are out there. We are providing agent augmentation, real-time analytics, sentiment analysis, knowledge management. Agents can real time, he can detect emotion, give them the answers. The bot can help agents a lot. So that means now the focus of AI models will be on identifying more use cases that can be automated. For example, the automation process of entire payment system is now, it was handled by agents, but it can be automated by bots. So he can disrupt that. But at the similar time, agents will be shifted to a more complex problem solving. For example, now, because we give the customers the leverage of technology, so even they'll leverage it. They'll give you more problem. Hey, see, I ordered some groceries, and this was spoiled. What to do? Let me know. I'm not satisfied. So agents get into those video calls. He'll get into those type of things, more complex issues. Hey sir, we'll do this, we can do that. They have their leverage. So such type of more complex problems they'll be focusing on. So that's what it's going to do. So moving forward, I recently I had two real world examples, and I just tried to jot it down so that I can give you a clearer picture. So you see, there was a multinational e-commerce company, faced challenging providing consistent personalized support across multiple languages, because it was a global company. And it eventually was, the problem was the customers had long wait times and struggled to find accurate answers to their queries, right? So they were working with the scripted chatbots, and a basic level of NLP chatbots, which were there, that they had very limited amount of data. But with having a co-pilot in place, and getting a module from leading CCaaS vendors, they got into multilingual NLP. They got into sentiment analysis, and real-time sentiment analysis that actually helped them to solve the struggle that the customers have to find answers to the query. They know that the frustration point was because of the longer process of their buying system. So they added a guest checkout system, so that the process can can be escalated, and the problem was solved. they also they also undertook AI generated content. So Gen AI models that can create personalized content such as product description, email responses, and more social media posted, so that they can push the products to the right audience. So all this was implemented in their entire CCaaS funnel. Similarly, we had a healthcare provider struggle to manage a large volume of inquiries, and then the agents were unlimited amount of agent resources they had, so they have to go something very digital. So they went for intelligent virtual assistant. They actually did 40% of the tasks of the agents were automated with the IVAs, right? So those 40%, so you think the basic calls that customers had were the 40% of calls. Now the entire agent force was moved towards solving the 60% of a complex problem, which indeed increased their revenue as well, because they were able to understand that where customers were facing problem, they came back, gave the data, improved that into their product, and then it was more a success. So it's not only about the customer service, it's also gaining that right feedback, having people at right place, using your resources rightly, and getting the right thing right. Moving forward, we'll talk lastly about the last thing, how to future proof your CCaaS approach. So I'll talk about embracing a continuous learning and adaptation. So please don't get into the hype that yeah, we only want to generate, we only want generative AI now. Understand its implication, recognize that generative AI technology and customer expectations are constantly evolving. You require a commitment and continuous learning and adaptation. Today it is something else, tomorrow there will be multimodal capabilities, day after tomorrow it will be more towards action level, more action level models. So regularly assess and update your Gen AI models, and remain relevant and effective in a space of changing customer behavior, what they want. So train your models in those fashion. And obviously the implementation of generative AI will start from organization. So foster a culture of experimentation and innovation that will help you and drive long term use cases that can draw life long term value capabilities. Also, one of the important thing I like to cover is prioritize data quality and governance, because that is what, because for I think there is, from my aspect, there is, I think there's no AI if there is no data, right? So there cannot be any AI if there is no right data. So focus on the quality of the data that you're training your models. Focus on a very specific type of data sets. Like don't go for, if because you're integrating chat GPT, the level of hallucinations are much more higher. Try to fine tune it for your specific business requirements. Establish robust data governance practices to ensure the accuracy, consistency, and transparency of all the interaction that are there across all the touch points and channels. And you should regularly audit and clean your data to remove biases and errors, because the more the cleaner data you have, the more better model you will be performing. There'll be other two views that Shruti might have. I like her to cover that.
Thanks, Amandeep. Okay. So, like you just mentioned, definitely it is important, especially when we talk about CCaaS, right? Customer-centric or customer-facing functions and end users when they're involved. I think, in that case, definitely, technology providers, they need to take a very strategic, and brands as well, take a very strategic and a very calculated approach for understanding how clean is the data, and also consider mitigating potential biases in Copilot's algorithms to avoid any fair and unethical treatment of any of their any of their customers. And I think it's very important for them to develop a very comprehensive risk mitigation strategy. Also include regular testing, monitoring, and auditing of the Gen AI models to ensure rapid response and resolution to minimize customer impact. And it's definitely important for them to establish clear guidelines and monitor and mitigate any, if there are any risks involved. And also, like you mentioned very clearly, Gen AI can't replace the humans, and definitely they need to adopt a very human centric approach in that. And I think they need to be very transparent with their customers if there is a usage of bot. So also, if especially when there is use of Copilot, and also they should provide options to them to interact with the human agents if desired. And it is important for them to ensure seamless integration of Gen AI across all customer touch points, so seamless experiences are created. And I think with that, I would like to just conclude saying that it's all these factors are definitely important for planning and strategizing, or future proofing, your CCaaS by adopting Gen AI in that case.
Thank you, Shruti. I think that was great insights, and if we are open for questions, I think we have some questions. I doubt we can take all of them, but we'll definitely answer all these questions, and we can connect one on one and give you more information if you want. So we have this question. How do you think that UCAS and CC integrations are important, and how do we choose vendors in comparison when we go for both of them? I think that this is the complete. We can do a different another webinar on this, and I think it's a good question. Most of the times, you see every CCaaS vendor, we just entire CCaaS landscape have are very tight integrations with all the UCaaS providers, right from Microsoft and Central, all of them. I think they have good tight integrations with them. Not only them, but you will also find UCaaS players have good integrations with the large CCaaS players. Also, they have they also offer a small CCaaS solution for mid-size segment customers. So that is also there. Most of the times it goes in that way. Yes, that organizations prefer buying UC and CC together, and you'll see. But I think there is no doubt that you every CCaaS vendor in the landscape is offering both of the integrations together, and I think that's a very suitable approach because we need a one-stop solution. We need a right type of employee collaboration as well as we need the customer collaboration. So I think that's there. People are there. If you have any specific doubts related to your integration, that which should you choose, you can contact us and we'll definitely help you out there as well. So that's all for today. So summing up, guys, so there is a lot of things that generative AI is doing in the CCaaS landscape, but you need to assess it well. Go it slow, take its practical implication. Enhance your CX journey with your Gen AI powered AI as a native solution, so that you take the maximum leverage of it. And yeah, that's all from our side. And thank you, guys. Let's connect if you have any more doubts. And yep, see you guys soon.